Let's talk about Star Trek. Okay, Star Trek is my second favorite show of all time. My first favorite is Doctor Who. And when I say Doctor Who, I mean all of Doctor Who. Well, maybe not the latest few Doctor Who's, but let's say the first 12 Doctors are pretty much set. Star Trek for me, everything Star Trek up until the end of Enterprise. So J.J. Abrams and on, I do not count as Star Trek. I'm talking about real Star Trek, which is there's like 735 real Star Trek things. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to start reviewing these. Let's start with the classic series. Why not? Why the hell not? The classic series is classic. It's awesome. The original series is the best Star Trek. So there you go. I'm going to keep these reviews relatively short. I don't want to do these episodes to death here. Everyone has seen them 100 million times. Everyone has done videos on them. This is just my way of showing some love to Star Trek. So we're going to use my space system, of course: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get. I want to remind everybody, I'm ranking this against itself. So we're not comparing Star Trek to Star Wars or to Doctor Who or to Blake 7 or to The Prisoner or to even Babylon 5 or anything like that. Like, we're talking within itself. Star Trek is my second favorite show of all time. Spock, Kirk, McCoy, 3 of my favorite characters of all time on anything. So if you just want to say, is classic Star Trek awesome? Yes, they're all 10 out of 10. But we're not going to do that. That's not going to be very interesting, right? So we're going to break it down and we're comparing it to the best of Star Trek. So if you take your favorite episode and you say that's a 10, here's where we're going to rank all these. Just for the fact that I love Star Trek, there's not going to really be any low ranked ones that are you're not going to see like a 1 out of 10 or something like that. The way it works is that if I give it a 0, that means it was not a great story. Let's say if we're using story, 0 is not a great story. 1 means it's okay. 2 means it's awesome. So it's real simple. Basically, 5 out of 10 is sort of a pass. So 5 out of 10 is, yeah, that was like, okay. So there's not going to be really any 5s either. Let's face the facts here, okay? I'm a Star Trek nerd. Let's talk about the man trap. So there you go. We're going to do these in order of how it is on Wikipedia. I know there's all sort of weird production things and there's fan orders, and we're not doing that. I'm just going on Wikipedia. That's the first one. Boom, there you go. Man trap. The man trap. This is the salt creature thing where it sucks your salt or whatever. So I'm not going to do like a whole synopsis. They beam down. They're checking on that scientist guy. And I'm sorry, I'm not a trekker. Like, I don't remember every name, and we're just talking real basic here. Just the layman, the poor man's review. There's a scientist guy. They go down to meet him. It's one of McCoy's old girlfriends was down there. Now he sees her as she was back in the past. Every other guy that beams down sees a different woman. Obviously, it's some sort of creature that feeds on salt. There you go. That's this thing. I like the storyline on this, so I'm gonna give it a 1.5 actually, because I kind of liked it. It's like it is a trap. She gets you down there and she sucks out all your salt. She ends up going back up to the ship and again causes havoc. Really, it's probably a 1. Like, it's kind of a generic story, but I don't know, for some reason I liked the whole thing with McCoy. And if you watch all of Star Trek, there's a lot of stuff with Kirk, but McCoy gets a few here and there, and I thought this was kind of cool. So I'm going to give it that extra 0.5 just because I do still kind of like it. So that's that. For the pacing, I'm going to give it a 1.5 for the pacing. It is slightly slow at times and a little bit repetitive. Like, you could have easily sped it up a bit, and it's like, oh no, a crewman's dead. What's happening? It's like we know what's happening, so let's just get on with it. But I wasn't bored, and I don't think that it was like terrible. But I am going to give it 1.5. For the artistry, I'm going to give it a 2. Artistry, again, that's effects, looks, music, all of that stuff. Again, we're doing comparative here. Obviously, the effects of this and the creature in this is not as good as Lord of the Rings or something. But we're talking Star Trek terms. I also like to point out at this time that I am watching my Blu-ray copies, which have been upgraded. The Blu-rays do come with different versions. You don't need to watch the upgraded one. You can watch the normal version. I have a 4K TV, 60-inch. I'm going to watch the upgraded version. I don't think that there's anything wrong with watching it. This isn't like I'm completely against the special editions of Star Wars. I think they're a disgrace, actually, and it's really terrible that you've taken these three classic films, Empire Strikes Back's like top 5 favorite films of all time, and to go and change things is just brutal. Star Trek, I'm not as against it. They haven't altered the story. It's not like they've added some dumb thing in the background or whatever. At least I don't think they've done any of that. It looks like they've just cleaned it up, touched up the ship parts. Anytime there's a blast, if someone blasts somebody or whatever, they've kind of fixed that up. They haven't gone back and they didn't insert Jabba the Hutt or something, right? Like this kind of stupid crap. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. I think the creature looks pretty scary. It's a weird creature. I know I hate that suction cup thing. That's really creepy. So the makeup is pretty good too. I like the art. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. It is what it is. Again, I mean, I'm doing the special versions of it. For the characters, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. There's some good stuff with McCoy here. I mean, all of the look, characters, you're probably going to get almost a 2 out of 2 for characters on every review I do, because I just love these characters, just their interactions with each other. McCoy is really good in this one for me. DeForest Kelley, he's awesome. So 2 out of 2 for that. For the enjoyment factor, I'm just going to give it a 1. Like this is a good episode of Star Trek. I like it. It's not like I'm not going to be like, oh hell yeah, you got to watch this Star Trek episode right now. Like if someone's going to cherry pick them, you'll know the ones that I would cherry pick and say, oh yeah, this. If you're only going to watch like 2 or 3 episodes per season, I'll let you know the ones that are you gotta watch this one. So overall rating, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, which is quite high. This is probably around a 7 out of 10. The thing is that because I'm really into the characters and because I am rewatching it with the remastered, special or whatever, redigitized or whatever you call it, the sort of the upgraded versions. The artistry does go up. I do like the bright colors and everything. And I still think the creature looks pretty damn good. Like I don't think they touched the creature up. Like it looks like the creature and it looks pretty scary to me. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. So there you go, 8 out of 10 for the Man Trap. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Man Trap. I'm going to do more of these videos. I'll probably get out a whole bunch. Let me know if you're liking it. I'm going to try, this one's a little longer because it's the first one, but I'm going to try to keep them a bit shorter. But that's it, 8 out of 10. It's a bit high, I know, but I still love this episode. It's great. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you enjoy my space system, please like the video. Please subscribe. That is it. Until next time.